that if the Israelis had allowed humanitarian aid to go in from the beginning, from the beginning, they are.
Next up, a Green Party candidate shouted Allahu Akbar after being elected to Leeds City Council, whilst his supporters unfurled a Palestinian flag behind him. Motin Ali, who won the Gypton and Hare Hill seat with 3,000 votes, said his election to the council was a win for the people of Gaza. Delivering a victory speech after the result was announced, he said people are fed up of being let down by a Labour council and concluded by saying, "We will not be silenced. We will raise the voice of Gaza and Palestine." Take a listen.
It's a moment. Let him have it. Look at the language you're using. Back off. Don't you back to the win. Don't you back to the Hills and Gibson. It's a win for the people of Gaza who have been... We will not be silent. We will raise the voice of Gaza. We will raise the voice of Palestine. Allahu Akbar!
Why has the Green Party got a position on the conflict in Gaza? And do they now expect bin liners to be black, green and red? I've got to say, this seems to be a serious matter. Does this story suggest that Britain is now in the grip of extremist politics, with our democracy now influenced by a foreign conflict thousands of miles away? Let's get reaction from my top pundits. Model and TV personality Diana Moran, political commentator Benedict Spence, and broadcaster and author Nina Michkov. I just find these scenes unedifying at the count for local elections in the UK, with this man ranting about a conflict thousands of miles away, Diana.
It's really very frightening to watch. Motin Ali, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, he's very well-spoken. I mean, he's able to get across to the people very, very well. And yes, I mean, he is fighting for the freedom in other parts of the world. It is anti-Semitic, I think. I think it's very concerning. We all know there's death and destruction going on across there, and we all would love it to come to an end somehow. But, I find this very frightening in the middle of England.
I think so. I mean, here's a comment from Konstantin Kissin, a broadcaster and author, Nina. Multi-ethnic societies work if people assimilate. That's the only way they can work. An elected official shouting Allah Akbar and going on about a foreign conflict in his first speech is what the utter failure of multiculturalism looks like.
Well, it's very unedifying. I have to agree with that. But I disagree with Diana in that I don't think it is anti-Semitic, because it's always important to recognise the difference between the Netanyahu government, the Israeli people and Jewish people. It is not the same thing. It's much more nuanced than that.
Right, but what's this conflict in Gaza got to do with the Green Party? No, why aren't they talking about recycling and carbon emissions?
Because we see it every night on our televisions, and it's not just us. It's not just the Green Party there. It's if you look at the American campuses, they're aflame. The university is in Paris and throughout France because it's a dreadful situation. You're seeing 35,000.
I think nobody disagrees that it's a dreadful situation, but people would also point out the hypocrisy that there are any number of actually, frankly, worse conflicts happening, especially in the Muslim world, that you hear absolutely nothing about. And the point is that in this incident, it might not be an individual who's anti-Semitic, but there is an anti-Semitic strain in the fact that, you know, what's happening in Sudan, which is a genocide, what's happening in Rakhine, which is a genocide, what's happening in Xinjiang, which is a genocide, what happened to the Yazidis, which is a genocide, what's happening in Azerbaijan, which is ethnic cleansing. Nobody cares about these things, absolutely not. It is only when it is the world's only Jewish state that responds when it is attacked that people care. It is not genocide because losing a war that you started is not genocide. That is the long and short of it. I'm sorry.
I disagree with that in the fact that if the Israelis had allowed humanitarian aid to go in from the beginning, they are now allowing more in. But the fact is they cut off water.
They warned Gazans in North Gaza at the very beginning in this conflict.
They told the people in northern Gaza to go south, and then they bombed south.
No, they bombed the north, and now that they are... How many weeks have we been waiting for the invasion of Rafah to happen? It's still not happened yet.
Over 35,000, mostly
How many Hamas? How many Hamas?
You
never hear that. You never hear how many Hamas.
Feelings are running high on this one. Mark Dolan tonight is the home of diverse opinion.